Here's something most people don't want to hear. You can't hate yourself into changing. I know that sounds counterintuitive, especially in a world that glorifies tough love and being hard on yourself. But think about it for a second. You tell yourself that if you're just harsh enough, critical enough, punishing enough, you'll finally become who you want to be. You think that brutal inner voice is keeping you accountable, pushing you forward. But that's not how change actually works. Hatred doesn't create growth, it just creates more hatred. It's like trying to water a plant with acid. You're not helping it grow, you're just burning it from the inside out. Or that self-loathing you carry around is not motivating you, it's paralyzing you. You're just so busy punishing yourself for who you are, for your mistakes, for not being good enough. Not that you have no mercy left to become who you could be. The voice in your head that's supposed to be your biggest cheerleader has become your harshest critic, and it's keeping you stuck in the exact place you're trying to escape. So if hating yourself doesn't work, what does? It starts with acceptance. And I know that word probably makes you uncomfortable. It may even sound like giving up or making excuses. But hear me out. Acceptance isn't about saying everything's fine when it's not. It's not about lowering your standards or settling for less. Real change requires acceptance first. You have to accept what happened in your past. Accept who you've been, mistakes and all. Accept where you are right now, even if it's not where you want to be. Not because it's good or ideal, but because it's real. You can't move forward while you're still fighting the past. It's like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. You're just burning fuel and going nowhere. You can't grow while you're busy shrinking yourself with shame. Shame keeps you small. It keeps you hiding. It keeps you from taking the risks you need to take to change. Think about it. When you feel ashamed, what do? You hide. You avoid. You play small. That's the opposite of growth. Acceptance, on the other hand, gives you solid ground to stand on. It says, okay, this is where I am. Now where do I want to go? It's honest, it's real, and it's the only place real change can begin. Now, here's where it gets good. You need to love yourself enough to believe you deserve better. Let that sink in. You have to genuinely believe that you're worthy of the life you want, the health you want, the relationships you want. And that belief, it doesn't come from hatred. It comes from love. When you love yourself, you stop seeing change as punishment and start seeing it as a gift you're giving yourself. You're not working out because you hate your body. You're working out because you love yourself enough to take care of yourself. You're not leaving that toxic relationship because you're weak. You're leaving because you love yourself enough to demand better. You're not chasing your dreams despite your flaws. You're chasing them because you believe you're worthy of them, flaws and all. Use that love as fuel to actually create better. Love is powerful, it's energizing. It makes you want to show up, not because you're afraid of punishment, but because you genuinely want good things for yourself. Think about how you treat someone you love. You're patient with them. You encourage them. You celebrate their wins. And you support them through their struggles. Now imagine treating yourself that way. Game changer, right? Here's the bottom line. Hatred keeps you stuck. Love gets you moving. It's that simple and that profound. When you hate yourself, every step forward feels like dragging a weight. You're fighting yourself the whole way. But when you love yourself, change becomes something you're doing for yourself, not to yourself. I'm not saying this is easy. Shifting from self-hatred to self-love is one of the hardest journeys you'll ever take. You may have years of negative self-talk to unlearn. You may have to change beliefs about yourself that feel like facts. But I promise you, it's worth it. Because on the other side of that shift is a version of you that's not just different, but genuinely happier. Not just successful, but fulfilled. So today I want you to try something. The next time that harsh inner voice starts up, pause. Ask yourself, would I say this to someone I love? If the answer is no, then why are you saying it to yourself? You deserve the same kindness, patience, and encouragement you give to your best friend. Alright, that's it for today's episode. Remember, you can't hate yourself into changing. Start with acceptance, fueled with love, and watch how much faster you start moving toward the life you want. If this resonated with you, share with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe, leave a review, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Until then, be kind to yourself. You're doing better than you think. Thank you.